Okay, so Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is going to be coming out in a week or so I'm going to be going through and reviewing each of the Jurassic Park movies, all five leading up to Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, where I will see it in theaters, and then you could get my reviews for my spoiler review, my spoiler-free review. And so kicking us off today is going to be the original Jurassic Park, widely considered as one of the best films ever. This is my review for it. Let's get talking about it. Okay, so the first Jurassic Park movie came out in 1993 and just revolutionized just CGI and effects and what you could do with them, and it just changed the game. It's directed by Steven Spielberg. The music is by John Williams. It has a great cast with Jeff Goldblum. You have Sam Neill. You have just a great cast here of kids and adults. I enjoy everybody here, and this is widely considered to be the best Jurassic Park movie and also one of the greatest movies of all time. And I'd say Jurassic Park for me isn't as high as a bunch of other movies. It would definitely be top 50, maybe even 25, but it's not as high. It doesn't make like that top 15 for me, but I still enjoy it. It's a great movie. I love Steven Spielberg's direction that he does, the just thoughts of creating new life and being God and the consequences of that, and just the wonder of seeing dinosaurs. I only checked out the Jurassic Park and World movies last year, I think, maybe 2 years ago, but sometime in the past 2 years, I bought them all and I checked them out, and I haven't really seen them since, so this is going to be like my second time checking all these movies out, with the exception of maybe Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, which I've seen maybe twice, maybe 3 times, I don't know. So, Jurassic Park, it's such an amazing movie because it's the beginning of this entire franchise that is still going on today. It's 29 years old, almost 30 years old next year, and it's just still an amazing movie. I will say the effects don't age as well as some people say. Like the T-Rex, the Velociraptors, and a bunch of other of the dinosaurs look amazing. I'm gonna criticize just like in the beginning when you have the puppet Velociraptor, the baby one, and then just the first Brontosaurus that you see. They're a bit sketchy. They're not as good as like people say where they still hold up. I would say for the most part they still hold up. It's not perfect. The characters of course do hold up. The themes hold up. That stuff has not changed. I love the entire cast here with people with different perspectives on the matter and people that are just amazed and captivated and don't care about how or why. They just are so interested in just seeing the dinosaurs. And then there's the people that are very skeptical. I really enjoy the old guy that creates this entire park because he's just so giddy in the first half where he's like, yes, I get to show dinosaurs to everybody. And then in the second half, he's just realizing the consequences of his actions. It gives you a bunch of tension with so many different scenes. And the music, you just remember that main thing by John Williams. Na 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 na. But other than that, there isn't a whole bunch. There's some really solid stuff, but like nothing that you would 100% listen to where each character has their own theme. Nothing like that. But it still has a great score to it. Not as good as something like Jaws or Star Wars or Marvel, but still fairly good score from John Williams. One of Steven Spielberg's best movies, I would say. I absolutely love it. And just everything still holds up for like themes, plot, characters. Some of the CG isn't perfect. I've touched on that, but just really amazing movie what they did with this. There's so many classic things with just the sound of the T-Rex roar. So good. The scene where the T-Rex comes out is probably my favorite scene in the movie, where you just have this dinosaur in the glass and just gets crazy. That when that dinosaur comes out, it's just like, yes, It's so epic. It's so cool and just so wow. And it looks amazing. You see the yellow eyes, so creepy. I love it so much. And just Jeff Goldblum, great character right there. You have Alan Grant, and then you have Ellie. You have Samuel L. Jackson thrown in the mix. Like, you don't usually think about it, but Samuel L. Jackson, I've been watching a bunch of him. He's in Marvel, he's in Star Wars, he's in Jurassic Park, he's in Pulp Fiction, he's in Unbreakable, he's in a ton of stuff that I've been watching. So great job by everybody here on the cast. There isn't a weak link. Everybody's great. All the kills here, when you even have that guy who's trying to steal the dinosaur DNA, that kill is great. You get the kill with the guy in the bathroom. He runs away, the lawyer, and then you get the kill with the guy that says "smart girl" or something. Is that? I think he says that, and then he gets killed. That was my favorite kill in the movie. Just great kills by the dinosaurs, and it's surprising that it's PG-13 when the movie's about dinosaurs eating people. But, you know, I don't think they need to be rated R. I'm fine with them being PG-13. And it just is so good. It still holds up. Just Jurassic Park, the poster itself still holds up today. Everything is just so great. It's one of those classic movies. I 100% understand if this is somebody's like top 5 favorite movies of all time. But for me, this is not as rewatchable for me as something like Jurassic World, because it's a lot of that. The first half is showing you the dinosaurs and the amazement, and then the second half is the kills, the shocking stuff, whereas Jurassic World is a bunch of carnage candy, and I really enjoy it. It's very cheesy, over the top, but I just am more prone to rewatch this one. This one is probably better. We'll see on my rewatch. I know if I put Jurassic World above Jurassic Park, a bunch of people are going to be mad, but just that's originally what I thought. I'm like, I'd rather rewatch Jurassic World now. But this movie, still so good. So many classic scenes, especially with like Tyrannosaurus Rex roaring and fighting off the Velociraptors. Velociraptors are great. Just seeing the Brontosauruses, all these different dinosaurs in here, and being introduced to them, and just seeing the characters' reactions, where Alan Grant is just like on his knees, so amazed by this, and just like, you have a T-Rex, you have a T-Rex, and he's just, man, so happy. Everybody's so amazed by it, and then you get to see what happens to them. And I was thinking, like, my little brothers were just walking in, and we don't usually let them see, like, PG-13 gory movies like this, but I'm thinking we could actually show them the first half, because the dinosaurs don't fight. They're just beautiful creations to admire, and there's a bit of tension, and then eventually it just goes into the crazy stuff. The thing for me, always felt a bit weird, is the opening scene where a guy gets killed. That just seems a bit off to me. Like, you're going to start off with Velociraptors and this guy being killed. I'm like, okay. It just feels, it doesn't really flow with the rest of the movie as well. At least for me, I'd say. Some people might disagree, but for me, it just feels a bit weird, where when you think the start of Jurassic Park, you usually think of Alan Grant and that showing the kid the Velociraptor claw. But no, it starts with these guys putting the Velociraptors into a cage, and then it goes to the lawyer going and getting these other guys. So that's how it starts. But you don't usually think about that. You think about the great scene with Alan telling the kid about Velociraptors and how they kill people. Other things, just some of the stuff isn't the best well thought out. There's some plot holes here, just very minor, but it doesn't matter, really. Like, this is Jurassic Park we're talking about. And it makes sense that there would actually be people that are like, hey, we need to get ahead on the game. We need to steal these people's DNA for the dinosaurs, and it makes sense how they made the dinosaurs, and it's so creepy how this could probably actually happen. I don't know the physics behind it. I'm not a scientist, but it just seems like something that actually could happen, and that's just so cool that they make a park, and just all these little lines that Jeff Goldblum's character gives, where he's like, your scientists were always thinking if they could. They didn't even think if they should. And also how God creates man. God creates dinosaurs. God kills dinosaurs. Man kills God. Man creates dinosaurs. Dinosaurs kill man. Just really great. And then also just little lines like that are so classic and not exactly quotable, but I just really enjoy them. And just everything here feels so just classic and great. And even though I didn't really grow up on this one, this is my second or third time checking it out. I think it's my second time, and I could totally understand if this is a classic, if people love this movie. It's so good, but for me, there are some flaws there. It's not like a movie that I'm gonna throw on whenever. Rewatchability isn't 100% there, but I still love this movie. It has all the stuff there that I need. You have the dinosaurs attacking people. You have the wonder of the dinosaurs. You have great characters, great plot, great music, just a great combination of everything. I don't know why I'm not 100% on board with everything. Like, some of the CGI just brings me out. I'm like, yeah, no, that doesn't work as well. But it's not a disaster. It could be quite a bit worse. There's some movies that I prefer practical effects to CG. Like, if you look at a movie like Jaws, which came out, if I check, it came out 18 years before Jurassic Park, and I think that movie looks more convincing than Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park does have higher goals, but it's practical effects versus CGI, and the CGI still does look great, but, you know, it's not perfect. It could be better, and I'm fine that it's not perfect. I still enjoy it. Some of the stuff looks great. Like, I'm genuinely surprised, and it definitely holds up. Other stuff doesn't. That's the main talk with this movie, why I don't think I 100% get all the way in, where it just brings you out of the movie a little bit when you get a bit of bad CG. And I could forgive that for smaller movies. This one, I can forgive it because it has so much great stuff in it and some great CG. But, you know, that might be the one thing that sort of brings this movie a bit back for me, even though it is still a 10 out of 10, everybody. 10 out of 10, 100%. I'm not saying this is a horrible movie. I'm just saying I'm not as into it as a bunch of people, which I feel like that with a bunch of movies, maybe The Matrix and other classic movies like that, where I watch them and, like, that was great. It's just not a 10 out of 10 amazing for me, where this one is. But, you know, there's other movies like Warrior, where a bunch of people told me it was amazing. Wasn't a humongous fan. And then I watched, what was it? It was Alien, not as amazing as everybody was saying, in my opinion, at least. Terminator, you know, just not as perfect as everybody praises. But, you know, I wasn't born in the 1990s. I was born in the 2000s, so I don't have that nostalgia factor. That sort of brings it back for me, probably. But I still love this movie. It's an amazing movie. 10 out of 10. I love this, and I can't wait to see they're bringing everybody back, where Lost World, Jurassic Park just had Jeff Goldblum's character. Jurassic Park 3 just had Sam Neill's character. And then Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom had Jeff Goldblum's character. Now we're bringing everybody together, which they haven't done since this first movie, and I can't wait to see everybody together. So I'm going to be seeing it whenever it comes out. I'll be doing a little reviews for it, so you could expect that, I don't know, next week or so. I'm pre-recording this because I got to get these ready because I'm going to be gone in New Hampshire. But thank you everyone for watching. Like, subscribe to Max Views. I'm Braden. This is Max Views. Braden out.